Just about set for football now here at iconic Wembley Stadium in North London. Today, a good one in store. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. And off we go from Wembley. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
That's into the hands of TTN. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I think this is something that we can expect the rest of the day here, Mike, in the passing game. They love getting the running back involved early, and I think until the defense shows they got a plan to take him away, expect them to continue to find ways to get him involved in the passing game.
Now Lawrence on the bootleg. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They do a really nice job defensively in there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Lawrence. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. 24-yard pickup as they convert on 4th down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare them to stop it.
They'll run it here with ETN. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Forced, good blocking, and he's in. Trevor Lawrence, touchdown Jacksonville. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Rams 0.
Let's get this point. Solo 3 puntos, muchachos.
Cam Little.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The throw right away is Stafford. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Atwell sent in motion here. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. 1st down.
Yard gain on the play. That's good for a Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the ground, this is Williams. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Atwell sent in motion here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5. They send a receiver in motion left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
But Jaguars offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10.
Un punto más, un punto más. 3 puntos, solo 3 puntos, muchachos.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. The throw here is complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 1.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Parker Washington was the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he'll go forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the 1st read, the 2nd read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
This one complete to Atwell. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Rams 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down. Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Tyler Higbee. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Atwell sent in motion here. some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still third down.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. The shotgun, it's Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams. They get 16 on that connection. First down, L.A.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Throw on third down, Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's the punter now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Start on the ground, and he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. In motion comes Thomas. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Jaguars first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Jaguars first down.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know because he's able to pick up the first down anyway.
Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense had nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And we'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Third down and 9. And in motion is Brown. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Jaguars on top. More from Wembley after this. It's the International Series on EA Sports. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins, as they've got it 3rd and 9 to begin. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Dark Hunter. Touchdown, Jaguars.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Little on now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jaguars move out on top, 14-0.
14. Rams nothing.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On play action, it's Stafford. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Quick throw, taken in. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Stafford now on 3rd down. He gets this to the veteran tight end, Higbee. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Now it's Williams. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Second down, it's Stafford. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
A shotgun snap to Stafford. That one into the hands of Atwell. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Rams first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
On the carry, it's Williams. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop it.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Stafford now on second down. This one off the floor. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll run. It's Williams. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Rams.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Rams are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Rams 7.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jags offense and their two-way star, Travis Hunter, set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And they'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Play action, Stafford.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll get this out to the left flat. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Stafford now to throw on 1st down. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
A gain of 6.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. Off play action. It's Stafford. Oh, the ball's out. And it looked like one of the Rams got there first, and indeed, L.A. will keep the ball.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll find his tight end. In the middle of the field, it's Higbee. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
It's actually a really nice job there on second down, putting this into a third and more manageable down and distance. Remember, they suffered that first down sack, and so often that can derail the drive, but they got a chance here to pick this up and maintain possession.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Out of the gun, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start, and this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
He'll try the right side with Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Here's Stafford. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Hardy's kick is good, and the Rams are back within 4 at 14-10. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. To throw is Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Again, it's Stafford. To the goal line and in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Cardi now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back, Bashal Tootin, heading back for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to his running back, Bashal Tootin.
Complete to Bashal Tootin. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Get this to the tight end, Johnny Munt. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Rams' 47-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Lawrence. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
So I actually think this is one of those where he was a little bit too unselfish. He's trying to fit that ball in a tight window and maintain his ability as a passer. But I think if he turns himself into a runner and activates his legs, he probably picks up that first down if he calls his own number.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. Exiting the pocket right. He's going to have a Jags first down. They needed 2 and gained 6. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go play action for Lawrence. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
7-yard attempt.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And this is really why you want a kicker with a big leg. In these situations, end of half, can you steal 3 points from distance and come away with 3? And really nice job there, right around that midfield logo. It's kind of crazy how it's become sort of routine in today's NFL.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. On first down, Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And he's going to be out of bounds. 000 up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one.
Cam
3
Little,
points,
the kickoff
all
for
that
the
separates
Jaguars.
these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Now return coming from the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Escaping to his left. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
1st and 10.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll fake. Foyer looking in there to drop him. That time, it's a loss of 7.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Well, sent in motion here. On play action, it's Stafford. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Tyler Higbee was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back, Bashal Tootin, heading back for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Once again, it's ETN. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
At the 30-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of 10.
They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, L.A.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Josh Hines Allen there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Williams. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick them up and throw them down for a loss.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Throw on third down, Stafford. He's going to look for the home run ball. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Nearly a good one. And hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jaguars offense and their running back, Bashal Tootin, heading back for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now here's Lawrence. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion. De'Ami Brown was the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
This one's down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. Atwell sent in motion here. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 8.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Rams first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Atwell sent in motion here. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time.
Still first down.
Now it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screenplays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Stafford now on 2nd down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it, because it could have been even a bigger play.
3rd and long. Here's Stafford. Incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
A 35-yard attempt.
Hardy's kick is good, and the Rams have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3, and he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Jags offense and their running back, Bashal Tootin, heading back for their next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, He's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 3. Now this looks like a design run. Give him 14 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
There's just so many ways this offense can beat you, Mike. He adds such a layer to this offense with their ability to use him as a design runner, and we can see there as he picks up the first down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter.
A loss of 4 yards, and it's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more of the NFL International Series after this. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
17.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Quorum, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers. Everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to the left side, pulled in by Higbee. He's going to be out of bounds, gain of just a couple, and now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Returnable from the 17. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a one-score game. Mike, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence now on 2nd down. In trouble, and down he goes.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. In motion comes Thomas. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They put Adams in motion. Send a man in motion right. Play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That's into the hands of Jordan Whittington. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not, and it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still first down.
To throw is Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
What an impressive play by this linebacker. I mean, Mike, back in the day, you would never see a linebacker take down a wide receiver in the open field like that. But these guys are tremendous athletes who can really hold their own in space. And he killed that play before it even had a chance to develop.
There's that man again. Another catch.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Big play coming up. This is third down. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop and falls incomplete.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Etienne. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes. That's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Rams offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Center with Williams. Still fighting. What a run. Shedding tacklers. Picks up 9 on the play.
10 yards.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 6.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
First down, right back to Williams. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, L.A.
First down. First and 10.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Atwell sent in motion here. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
And 12.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4.
Not the biggest gain in the world, Mike, but what I really like from the quarterback is just the timing of the drop, the timing of the delivery, and hopefully this can jumpstart this offense in the right direction.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
A 50-yard attempt.
This one has plenty of legs, and it is good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once again. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game.
27-yard line.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Second down, Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And they will bring him down on the other far side of midfield.
28 yards.
It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Cameron Pearl brought him down. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll run it once more with ETN. He's able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not the second. He's taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. In motion comes Thomas. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Cam Little.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they've just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
1st down, it is Williams. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's out wide to Williams. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. The shotgun snap to Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10. Here's Williams, and he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're second. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Second down, 8 yards to go. Stafford. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. It's an incompletion.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Throw on 3rd down, Stafford. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
And this is blocked. They got it.
And what a time to come through with a special teams effort like that, right? It's late. It's a tie game. A field goal here could spell disaster. But not only does he break through, he comes up with the play of the game, a huge block on that last field goal attempt.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught, and he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
Give him
yards.
14 on that play. One play, one first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Quick throw, taken in. That Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Brings up 2nd and
As a route
3
runner, once you
at the
identify
48-yard
zone
line.
coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Here's 2nd down. They go play action for Lawrence. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
On the coverage.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
A 65-yard attempt.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Cam
So
Little
now,
on
a
for the
big
Jaguars
spot
field goal.
coming here.
A
This to win the game.
65-yard attempt.
Off the distance, and it's good! He knocks it through from long range. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Wow, what a big kick there. I mean, just looking down, anytime the kicker is lined up on the other side of the 50, you think, there's no way this ball's going to get there, Mike. But listen, he's got a big leg. This one he strikes absolutely perfect. That was good off the foot.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
One last throw here for Stafford. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. So it's a win here for the Jaguars. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long from London.